Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video we are going to be looking at more CLI commands in Kali Linux. In the previous video I talked about some CLI commands, so if you haven't watched that, please go back and watch it. And if you have and you appreciate what I'm doing, please like, subscribe and leave a comment so more people can also learn. So to get to the CLI, I'm going to right click and click on open terminal here. As you can see, I'm in the terminal. I can also get to the terminal by clicking on this black boxy icon here, right? But I want to open my terminal in the desktop directory. So I'm going to right click on in the desktop directory and click on open terminal here. As you can see, I have opened the CLI in the desktop directory. Now, the first command we are going to look at is touch. And touch is used for creating new files. So for example, if I want to create a file called file1, I will just type in touch file1 and click on enter. And if I type in ls, which stands for list, I can see that we have the file here. We have file1 in the desktop directory. And to prove that, I can minimize the terminal and you can see it here, file1. So we just created a file in Linux using the CLI. So to write out the contents of the newly created file, which is file1, I can use the command cat. So cat file1, which is our newly created file, and I will just press enter. And as you can see, there is no output because we haven't put anything yet into the file. File1 is still empty. So how do we get input into the file? So you can put in things into your file, for example, a text, by using the command echo, and I'm going to say hello world here. So echo, which is the command, then the text we want to put in, which is going to be hello world, and I'm going to use the greater than sign to direct it to the file. So I'm going to type in file1, right? And once I press enter, I have put in the text hello world into file1. And to prove that, I'm going to type in cat once again and file1. As you can see, we have hello world in file1. You can also create a directory in Kali Linux. Now, a directory is synonymous to what a folder is on the Windows operating system. So to create a directory, we'll type in the command mkdir, which stands for make directory, and the name of the directory. So I'm going to name the directory folder, right? So mkdir folder, and I press enter. And if I type in ls, which is list, I can see that the directory folder has been created. Now I can move a file into a folder in Kali by using the command mv, right? So I can move file1, for example, into folder. So how do I do that? I type in mv, which stands for move, right? So mv file1 folder, and once I do that, I have moved file1 into the folder directory. And if I type in ls in the desktop directory, as you can see, I can no longer find file1 there. Now if I cd to folder, right, and I type in ls, you can see that we have file1 now in the folder directory. Now I can also copy a file from one directory to another, right? So instead of moving it, I can just copy. So how do I do that? So I'm going to go back, cd ... right? And I'm going to create a file. I'm going to call this file2, right? So touch file2, and I've created file2 now, and now I'm going to copy file2 into the folder directory. I'm going to type in cp file2 and folder, right? And once I do that, I should have a copy of file2 in the desktop directory and a copy of file2 in the folder directory. So if I type in ls here, as you can see, I still have file2 here. And if I go to the folder directory, so cd folder, right, and I type in ls, you can see I still have file2 here. So I have two copies of file2, one in the desktop directory and one in the folder directory. Now I can delete a file in the CLI by using the command rm, which stands for remove. So let's say I want to remove file2 from the folder directory. I'll type in rm and the file2, and if I type in ls, you can see file2 is no longer here, right? So remove is used for deleting files. Now I can also delete a folder. How do I do that? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the desktop directory, and I'm going to type in ls to see the folders in the desktop directory, right? So we have the folder, we have this folder, right? This directory we created, folder, and I can remove this directory, right, by typing rm folder -r, right? So once I press enter, I would have automatically removed the directory. So if I type in ls, you can see the directory is no more there. So that's going to be all for now in this episode. In the next episode, we'll be talking about network commands and sudo privileges. So like and subscribe so you will not miss out whenever I drop the video. Peace.